Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Icff Cucina movies to taste, presented by IC Savings, an event that honors the best of the Italian culinary tradition through a journey for the senses that combines the beautiful movie with exquisite food.
Buonasera Maurizio
Buonasera,
e
Mara.
buonasera a tutti. We are so thrilled to be in your houses, actually in your living room, for this special event called Icff Cucina. This is what we aim to do, so creating like a social event that we've been missing a lot so far. I can actually see a lot of like familiar faces here online. So I would like to thank, first of all, our ambassador, Claudio Taffuri, that is now in Ottawa, our ICFF chairman, Paul Golini. Then I see Andrea Chiaramello from Lavazza, Saverio Veltri from TD Bank, from Pizza Nova, of course, Dominic Primucci, and Pietro Pelliccioni of Italy Interiors, Sandra Farina from the BIA Emery Village, and Frank Magliocco, I think, is here too. So thank you so much for supporting us for this event. We are so excited to be here with you tonight. Right, Maurizio?
Grazie, Mara. We welcome, obviously, all the people that you just mentioned. And today we came with this, fresh idea, ICFF Cucina, also to involve everybody, even from home. And while we're presenting two important movies, out of the classical Italian culinary tradition, the two movies are A Fish Out of Water, and which is the feature film, and the short, The True Story of the Tiramisù. Obviously, we can enjoy this evening thanks to the collaboration that we have established with Italy.
We are so proud that this event is part of La Settimana della Cucina Italiana del Mondo, the week of the Italian cuisine in the world, that it is organized by the Embassy of Italy in Ottawa and the Istituto Italiano di Cultura qui a Toronto. So this event is actually celebrating the Italian cuisine. In fact, at the end of this live event, we're going also to show you 4 video recipes from the Artusi manual that will like showcase the best of the Italian cuisine as well as the best of the Italian products. And here we have tonight, and I'm such a pleasure for me and an honor to present tonight with us on Zoom the director of the Istituto Italiano di Cultura, Alessandro Ruggera. Ciao Alessandro, ci sei?
Ciao Mara. Hi, hello everyone. Yeah. No, it's great to be with you tonight. It's I have seen so many familiar faces. It's beautiful to celebrate Italian cuisine. I'm a little bit embarrassed. I mean, I'm connecting from the office, and kind of odd for a situation like this, but I will run home and have my dinner with you. I've seen the movie. The movie is great. It's really beautiful. And it's an incredible story of connection between Italy and Norway, actually. It's such a strange story that it's worth to explore. It's really great, again, for the Istituto to be partner of ICFF and to support the Settimana della Cucina Italiana in the world, like we have done so well in the past few years.
Absolutely. Alessandro, I know that today for you it's a special day. I'm not certain if it is a sad day or happy day, because obviously your mandate is about to expire and you're moving on and you're going back to Italy. I imagine that your house is full of luggages, you're preparing boxes to move back to Italy. And, on behalf of the ICFF board and the festival and the Italian community at large, that obviously had enjoyed everything that you had organized for our community, a great thank you for everything you have done for these past years.
And moreover, we would like to thank you for our partnership. I mean, we have been building a lot in the past years with you. So I wanted to do something that we don't usually do, because as a festival, we usually recognize like director, producer, and actors. But with you, we would like to do something that is a little bit different. So we would like to award you with the ICFF Excellence Award 2020. So I hope, Alessandro, that you will have like space in your luggage to put like this quite a heavy and big award.
Oh my God, you make me cry now. No, it's beautiful. Thank you so much. I don't think like I deserve it. But
You do.
I'm glad to receive it. I'm really happy to receive it. I mean, it has been great to collaborate with you all these years. It's so good. And well, it's definitely a sad day. My house is completely empty. I had the movers today, so they worked so efficiently. Everything was empty without I could even imagine so fast. And well, so what can you say? It's sweet and sad. I'm happy to go back, but of course, and I will be back in Toronto for sure. It has been such a fantastic 5 years for me here, and you've been part of it. You and all the audience and all the public of the Istituto and all of ICFF. It's really, well, I think for everyone that works like me in an Istituto, it's really a blessing to be posted in a place like Toronto and to have the opportunity to collaborate with such a huge, large community. Not only large, it's such a vibrant and a community that is able to produce something like ICFF, which is really something that is outstanding, really, in the world, probably. So it's been a great pleasure for me. Thank you.
Grazie Alessandro, thank you for participating in this event and for the support that the Italian Culture Institute has decided to give to this particular initiative and to the festival since the beginning of the first edition of the ICFF. And now, if I'm not wrong, we should connect to the Artistic Director and co-founder of the ICFF, Cristiano De Florentis. Cristiano, ci sei?
Ciao Mara, actually I'm not so far from the ICFF headquarter office. I'm a few hundred meters here in Toronto, Bloor Street, in an iconic place for the Italian cuisine, Italy. And we are here in the fish market with Chef Mattia. Ciao Mattia.
Ciao Cristiano, come stai?
So we decided to celebrate this incredible week of the Italian cuisine in the world, creating something, a collaboration, no?
Yeah, so finally we decided that, especially during these times, watching a movie, it's nice, it's actually a great thing to do, but tasting a movie, it's even better. So due to our collaboration, we were able to put up some of the dishes that go alongside with some of the movie. So we got crocchette di bacalà, deep fried, nice cod with some lemon, potatoes cooked in milk, delicious. Here then we got another star, we got the bacalà alla vicentina served with polenta. This is a dish of the Vicentina tradition from the northeast of Italy.
And so we are here also the tiramisù, the famous tiramisù.
I wanted to give you a little break, but yes, we cover also that base. We have the tiramisù as well. This is our tiramisù della nonna, the middle-sized one, and we sell it here at Italy Toronto. And
okay, so we have this fantastic movie of Lorenzo Cogo understanding the history of a traditional dish like bacalà alla vicentina, and we have the bacalà alla vicentina. Tell me a little bit about this particular dish, how it's important, what's the secret of this?
So the secret of this dish is the build-up of flavors through the caramelization of all their sugars, because you have some cod that is then sprinkled with flour and smeared with caramelized onions and anchovies. Then it's cooked down in milk for quite a bit, like 3 to 4 hours, so that the sugars of the milk caramelize and just give a whole new depth to the dish itself.
So this composition, this gourmet menu is the one that our audience is going to receive, the one that ordered it online at home, directly at home. Tell me about it.
So 100%. Actually, as we're speaking, I think they probably just received it or they are just about to receive it. And they're gonna go from appetizer to main to dessert, including in the kit there is of course also a choice of red or white, Fontana Fredda, and it's gonna be delivered in box that along with come also instructions to be sure that our guest will be able to enjoy this at its best while cooking.
So again, you are going to receive this incredible box with instructions, but later on we are going to show you also how to cook this if you wanted to do it by yourself. So see you later in the school.
Thanks, Cristiano. We will reconnect with you later because we want to know how this gourmet menu is prepared. Now, it's time to start talking about the feature film that we are presenting tonight at this incredible special event. A Fish Out of Water, a documentary that was premiered at the Venice Film Festival. A Fish Out of Water is a documentary to discover the journey of the stockfish, so important for the Italian cuisine. The stockfish immediately became a symbol of the Venetian gastronomy and of many parts of the Adriatic Sea. The stockfish cooked Vicenza style is a truly iconic dish that could only be prepared by a chef from Vicenza. Michelin-Star Chef Lorenzo Cogo retrieves these roots by traveling to Rost, a small island in the north of Norway. Cogo discovered the roots of this dish that has become the symbol of a cuisine located thousands of miles away. A Fish Out of Water is a food adventure documentary starring Italian Michelin-Star Chef Lorenzo Cogo. His creative, instinctive way of cooking, combined with his experience of cooking in some of the world's best restaurants, has made him one of the most exciting figures in the modern Italian cuisine. And here with us today in video conference from Vicenza, Chef Lorenzo Cogo. Ciao Lorenzo.
Hi everybody.
So Lorenzo, let's start with the first question for you. So why was important for you to go and rediscover the history of this dish, and how and why you got involved in this project?
Ooh, that's very long and complicated question to start. So basically, I'm a type of chef that love to mix flavor and to mix different cultures. I've been traveling all over around the world, from Australia, Japan, and Singapore, Spain, in the past, before opening a Coq restaurant. And I have always this attitude. And of course, I'm from Vicenza, and Vicenza is very connect with the histories about stockfish. So we use a lot of stockfish to make baccalà alla vicentina. There is a super typical recipe in my town, in my small town. And then when you go around all the region, you have all different type of recipe that change just a little bit, like small changes. And after that, Stefano and Riccardo came to me one day at my bistro, and they asked me, and they say, we have a beautiful project and we want to involve you to come to roast and have a lot of fun. And I say, yes, no problem. Just let me know when and I'll be there. So that's how everything basically starts, because I knew that these guys, Wannaboo, the Wannaboo crew, are super talented, and when they do something, they do in the proper way, and they do like in how I will love to do it, in the same way. So we are in the same boat and in the method of work. And as soon they ask me, I have a look a little bit. I look on the video, on the project, and they look amazing. So I say, yes, no problem. I'll be with you.
We can say, like, from the north of Italy to a remote island so far away that is like close to the North Pole. So how was the experience in living for a little bit in such like a remote island?
It was a super great experience. I've been, since I was a kid, because I'm a third generation chef, I've been using stockfish and cooked stockfish for baccalà alla vicentina. So everybody in my town, they love to say I have the best recipe. I know how to treat better stockfish, and I get the best stockfish in town. And since I was a kid, I heard a lot about the history. So be in the island where actually they fish the cod, basically, because it's cod, was like super amazing experience.
I would like to talk to you about what is the situation like right now in regards of restaurants. So because of COVID, the situation is very complicated for restaurants here in Canada. So tell me a little bit about what is the situation right now in Italy for those restaurants.
Yeah, I think is is the same everywhere in the world. I have a lot of friends everywhere, and we are all in the same boat. It's super complex, but we try to always to keep positive, because I think even this moment is very important to get the chance to rethink about the restaurant, about food industries, because something's changed actually, and it would be a big change for the future too. So we need to reinvent.
Hey, ciao Lorenzo. Can I ask you something? Do you know the Canadian cuisine? If you know the Canadian cuisine, can you tell me something that you know about it?
I know actually, and I'm very jealous because you can eat a super good red salmon. So I know a lot about salmon, and actually is a big connection, and that's the connection between Norway and stockfish, and of course Canadian culture, because you have the salmon and they have the stockfish. So I'm very curious even to come and to check it out, the quality and the level of the quality of the food that you have over there. But I love a lot of bacon. I know that you have a very special type of bacon over there. I know the maple syrup is something super great, and I use everywhere, especially in pancakes. I love in the morning, wake up and doing some pancakes and maple syrup. It's not very Italian, it's very Canadian, but I love it. I'm international.
Lorenzo, you are famous for the interest that you have for other cuisines, for other countries. And actually, you created a format called Infusion, in which you create a menu that is a mix between the Italian cuisine and other cuisines in the world. Are you ready to create something with the Canadian cuisine or not?
No, we need to do it, because Infusion is born to match different culture, and actually the concept is to cook from scratch. So without plan anything, just find some ingredients from the market, or ingredients the guest chef have in the kitchen, and then we start to cook. So it's very free project, and where two different cultures and two different chefs met and fight sometimes a little bit, because it's kind of stressful moments. But then you comes out with a very good friendship, and you enjoy a lot, and you learn a lot from each other. So I would love to meet some very good chefs from Canada and cook together and mix the cultures, because I think, a lot of things change, and even the Italian view, chef's view, is completely different than what normally you can find out of Italy as a restaurant, because the idea of the people in Canada, in US, or in France, or whatever, is completely different than what actually we do every day in Italy. We don't cook just traditional food. Do something contemporary, we do something different. So it's very nice to bring over there too.
I mean, Lorenzo, it's been such a pleasure to talk to you about your experience, your career, about the documentary. So we really, really hope that soon we will all be able to travel, and you will be able to come here to Canada, and to let you taste salmon and the real pancakes and everything else that you just mentioned. So, and hopefully having an incredible dinner with you and celebrating your type of cuisine, but as well as the Italian cuisine. But before saying bye, I wanna have people see your shirt, your sweater, because it's important. I saw you before for a few minutes. Now everybody must see it.
I'm super proud. Actually, they do in Italy, but the heart is Canadian.
Oh. I love that you're wearing the shirt. That's perfect. That's lovely. Thank you, Lorenzo. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks a lot to you, and really looking forward to have a lot of fun, because that's the most important things. And nowadays, everybody is a little bit sad, you know. We need positive vibes, and we need to have a fun together again.
And now we go back to Cristiano. Cristiano, where are you right now?
Mara, siamo qui alla scuola di Italy. We are here at the School of Italy to discover the secret of cod, baccalà and stockfish. Hello, hello,
Ciao,
Mattia.
Cristiano.
Ciao,
How are
Mattia.
you, bello?
Wow, everything is already not prepared, but ready to be prepared.
Yeah, today we're gonna make sure that we'll understand a bit better what this mystery fish is about.
Yes,
So-
we have cod, in italiano merluzzo.
Merluzzo, perfetto. So if I ask you what is this right now, what would you say?
Merluzzo? Baccalà?
That's for sure. Bravo. So what our guests are gonna see on the ICFF, it's a beautiful documentary that it's also about stockfish, which is in Italiano stoccafisso. Today we're gonna present something that, well, let's shed some light on it. Let me explain you a few things.
Yes.
So basically, everybody say baccalà, baccalà, baccalà. Everything starts from cod. Cod is the fish. Then there are two different ways of preserving it. There is the baccalà, which is basically the cod fillet put in a cure of sometimes 20% sugar and 80% salt for a good period of time. And then there is the stockfish, the stoccafisso, which is actually use a air drying process, like they do since centuries in Scandinavian countries. And this air drying process is actually coming through with the salty breeze from the ocean that helps properly preserve the flesh of the fish.
But this is the cod, no? This is what is called cod or baccalà? What is this?
This is called cod, but after the preparation, it becomes baccalà.
Okay.
If I would take the whole fish, open it up, put it on a stick, and let it air dry right by the beach where the breeze comes through, it would become a stockfish. Today, we decided to explain how we see one of actually the most typical street food that you could find probably around the areas of Napoli or the costiera. So this is a crocchetta di baccalà. What is important once you have salted cod is to take that salt out. So before using it in our preparations, we soak it for 3 or 4 consecutive days, depending how long it was in the cure, in water.
So you have to understand that you are going to cook crocchette 4 days in advance.
Oh, even more. It starts 1 week or 10 days even before when you start to cure your fish.
Okay.
So it's important that the water is changed every day so that the salt can be taken out and taken out and taken out. We steam it. We steam it, then we cook potatoes in milk. They get nice and sweet and rich and soft. Then we mix our potatoes, the cod, the steamed cod, some parsley, lemon zest. We round it up, we coat it in flour, we pass it in beaten egg, and we cover it in a mixture of potato flakes mixed with breadcrumbs. And then we fry it. So it's very important, especially when frying, to use a good oil, a oil that can actually proper keep the heat, well sealed apparently.
That's good. That's good. We are in the settimana della cucina italiana nel mondo, the week of the Italian cuisine in the world. How Italy is prepared for this, and I imagine that you are preparing this crocchette also.
Well, definitely our take on such an event is making sure that Italian food will not be misrepresented and that Italian food will be appreciated for its simplicity and the highest quality of ingredients. That is basically what we stand for.
So is
Our oil is actually heating up. So what I like to do normally to check if my oil is heating up, in the past I used to use a toothpick to see if it would start to bubble. Since as a part of the ingredients that goes into my crocchette di baccalà, I also have some parsley. Taking a stem of the parsley and checking how the oil how it reacts to the oil, it's a good way as well to see.
It's not
At the
reacting.
moment is still at a lower temperature. I could actually take out a thermometer and see the temperature as it goes, but you know, there are much more fun ways to do it when you have available ingredients.
Okay, so you prepared something already, something that is
Yes,
already
these are
prepared.
already prepared, and as you can see, for making sure that we're gonna have the best crunchy result on them, they're still coated in the potato flakes and the breadcrumbs that they are covered on already, so that they won't exhaust too much of their moisture, and they will stay crispy when I put them in my oil. I mean, they'll crisp up when I cook them.
So the documentary is on stockfish alla Vicentina. We don't have it here. It's going to be prepared later on. But tell me a little bit about stockfish alla Vicentina. What is the difference between baccalà and how you prepare that dish? We have the documentary, of course, showing that. But tell me a little about.
So
about
the stockfish alla Vicentina, first of all, not being baccalà, it needs to be rehydrated differently. It doesn't need to be desalted as much as baccalà would be, and differently than many other stockfish or baccalà baked dishes that are prepared around Italy, it's a white dish. It's not made with tomato. So then I'm sure I leave all the rest of the details for the documentary. It would be a spoiler. Let's see what this says. Yeah, I think we can start frying, guys. So I'm gonna slowly put them in. As I put them in, I better volume up on my heat because these are gonna cool it down. So if you go in the friggitorie, so the place where they tend to fry food in the areas of Napoli, you will also see them with what they call ovo da pesce, which it means the turned fish, the spatula for turning fish. You'll see them splashing everything on top so that things are evenly cooked. In this case, I can use this.
I can
Start
feel
to
the
smell the
smell, the baccalà immediately.
In my opinion, the best part on this dish, it's at the very end, having that pinch of salt freshly put. Everything that comes out of a fryer get a bit washed out of from the oil, so that pinch of salt that goes in it makes all the difference.
But I think that in the meantime that the crocchette are going to be cooked, I give you the line and see you in a bit.
Wow, Cristiano, it looks so yummy. So while the croquettes are being cooked and you are opening the box that Italy prepared for all of you, we would like to thank our presenting sponsor of the festival, IC Savings, the communication partner, Rogers, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, the Embassy of Italy, and the Consul in Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver. The Italian Trade Commission, and the leading sponsor, Empire, Citizen, Grand Gulf, Villa Charity, Castle Point Noma, and the Government of Ontario, and all other sponsors and partners, including Sheen Radio, Rai Italia, and Omni TV. So, Cristiano, how about those croquettes?
Mara, we are back. The crocchette are almost ready.
Guarda che belle, Cristiano, vedi, quando sono così dorate, when they're this golden, we made sure the oil was nice and hot, so it cauterizes them outside and it doesn't seep through too much, so they're a little lighter. So using sunflower oil freehand is a good choice, actually. And this one, in this moment, they are, in my opinion, the perfect color. So that's how I like my croquette. So I'm gonna...
Hey guys, you cannot feel the smell, the beautiful smell that comes from the pan. Wow. This is the dangerous part, not get burned immediately because you are starving for that.
Yes, most of the time I lose the roof of my palate because of this reason.
Wow. Tell me a little bit, when they are going to arrive at home, they can reheat this?
So when they arrive at home, they should be still fairly nice and warm. If they know they are expecting a delivery, what they could do, they can keep their oven preheat at 350 degrees. As soon as the croquette come in, they can put them on a cooling rack, set them in the oven for 3 to 4 minutes. They will re-crisp up all over again, and they're gonna be ready to eat. Because unfortunately, fried food, when you put it in a delivery box, you can make it as beautiful as you want. It will always tend to soak up because of the steam. So 3 minutes in an oven at 350 will do the trick, nice and crispy as before.
Bellissimo, ottimo.
And that's it.
Wow.
Last thing we need, it's a little pinch of salt. It's important to put it right when they come out of the oil, so it...
Masterpiece of polpette, masterpiece of crocchette.
Be careful.
I'm trying it. Guys, watching a movie with this croquette, heaven. Thank you, Mattia.
And dessert is on the way. You're welcome.
Okay. See you later for the dessert.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Thanks, Cristiano. We will connect with you again to talk about the dessert, and in particular, one of the most loved, the most famous Italian dessert in the world. The story of this dish is at the center of the second documentary that we are presenting in this program of Icff Cucina. It is called The True Story of Tiramisù. The directors and producer of the shorts The True Story of Tiramisù are the same of the documentary A Fish Out of Water, Riccardo Vancato e Stefano Bellizzaro of the Italian company Wannaboo Productions. We are so happy to have them here with us tonight in video conference directly from Valdagno in the province of Vicenza. Ciao Riccardo, ciao Stefano, and welcome virtually to Canada.
Ciao, thanks a lot. We are very glad to be here with you.
Hi, everybody.
So let's start with a simple question, maybe the question that everybody is thinking actually. Why was so important for you to go and rediscover the history of this dish?
So as you said, we are from Vicenza, and we're actually coming from a mountainous region. And after doing the Tiramisu movie, we were thinking about what to do next. And so we were thinking about this recipe, which is, as Lorenzo was saying before, bacala, which is basically is dried codfish. But codfish is something that is coming from the North Atlantic. So our question was, why in Italy, and especially us from Vicenza, coming from a mountainous region, from the Alps basically, why do we have a recipe, a traditional recipe with a fish from the Atlantic Ocean? And so the more we dig into this topic, the more we've realized that it was a subject of a potentially very interesting documentary about food. And so that is how the movie was born. Then we needed to find somebody who could be like an ambassador of our culture, Vicenza, and as well Italy. And we find the best ambassador we could possibly find in terms of food, Lorenzo, which you spoke with him before. He's been the youngest Italian Michelin-Star Chef. And so he was from Vicenza as well. So he had a deep knowledge about bacala, dried codfish, and especially he's always been somebody traveling all around the world. So we couldn't find a better person to go with this project.
So the approach that you use to make the documentary A Fish Out of Water was a kind of the same approach that you used in the past for the short documentary called The True Story of Tiramisù. So can you talk me a little bit about this short documentary?
I think that the red line that connect the two documentaries is that in Italy, cooking is not only a simple thing, it's sharing emotions. In the True Story of Tiramisù, we speak about a man that discover and create this recipe that now is something that is known everywhere in the world. The same things is about a fish out of water. Lorenzo help us to tell to everybody how is important for the people sharing food and sharing experience. We think that this is the connection between the two documentaries, and this is the reason that push us to learn more about our roots and about the roots of people all around the world, because we are all connected.
I mean, who knows, maybe the next step will be coming to Canada along with Lorenzo Cogo, and maybe doing a documentary about the story of maple syrup, maybe, who knows?
That would be great, yeah.
Yeah, right? So your next project, so are you planning to have another documentary about food, another short documentary? What it will be the next?
So now we are in the process of creating a series of small documentaries, which is something that goes online, basically. We do it in collaboration with a couple of Italian nationwide newspapers, and it's called Global Warning. And it's just a wordplay of global warning and global warming, basically. And the idea about this documentary came in Norway, actually, because in Rost, which is the small island of the Lofoten archipelago where they fish codfish, we discover how climate change really can change the life of these people, because they are dependent on cod migrating from the North Atlantic, from actually the North Pole to these islands. But because these islands, as well as all the climate all around the world, is becoming warmer, then cod could decide, and is actually in the past years there have been instances where it wasn't as much as it used to be around the islands during the migrating season. So global warming can really change the livelihood of these people. And this idea was basically translated into a series of short movies, and which are talking about global warming and how climate change can change the life of people all around the world. And we shot the first episode in Mont Blanc in Italy. And basically here we are talking with a person who's living in and working with the ice and with the mountaineers in the mountains. But recently the glacier of Mont Blanc is basically retreating a lot. So even there we can see signs of how climate change is changing people's lives.
I mean, like, thank you so much for this project, because I think that this thematic is something that touch all of us and touch Italy, like Canada and any country around the world. So thank you again to be part of this conversation with us today on Zoom, and of course to be part of our festival. And hopefully one day you can come to Canada and maybe create a story, a documentary about the history of the maple syrup, maybe alongside with Lorenzo Cogo. So thank you so much again to being with us today. So
Sure.
Now I think that it's time to go back to Cristiano, because I believe that after having talked so much about tiramisù, it's now time to see what Italy has prepared for all of us. My mouth is already watering.
Eccoci di nuovo, Mara. We are here at Italy, but we changed a little bit the ingredients. We had with the head pastry chef Tiziana Corsi. Piacere.
Piacere.
Okay, so now it's time for the dessert. We are waiting for this.
Perfect.
Okay.
Let's start then.
So this is the tiramisu.
Yes.
But this is the tiramisu with espresso, as I
Yes.
understand, I can see.
Yes. This is what we usually make here. Originally, the tiramisu was made with marsala, but then it got switched on coffee. There is kind of more energetic way to make it.
Is tiramisu a little bit better?
Yes, a bit more than marsala.
Okay.
It's a pretty simple dessert, and this is why it's really important that each step is made properly. And so this one is the cream, the mascarpone cream that is ready. We start whipping the eggs and the sugar. We want to have like a pretty firm cream. Then we add the mascarpone that we have to work a bit before we start to incorporate it. Then we mix all together. We start to whip our egg whites, and we fold in the yolks and sugar mixture.
This was already done?
It's done, yes.
Okay.
I'm telling you what I made before.
So I already put a lot of mistakes in my old recipes because I didn't whip my mascarpone with
It's
with
really
eggs.
important to first work a bit the mascarpone. In this way you are not going to get clumps inside the cream. It's going to be really smooth. It's important as well mix and whip properly the yolks and the sugar. If you wait too much on mixing the yolks and the sugar, you're going to get clumps because the egg yolks get deshydrated. To make more fluffy, the best part is like also folding properly. When you fold, you have to go from the bottom to the top with the spatula. and not just like round this.
Can we show it how you?
For sure. Okay. So the proper way to mix is incorporating from the bottom to the top. In this way, we are not going to lose the air that we incorporated before whipping up. And so the cream doesn't get liquid, it stays really firm and nice and fluffy.
So, it's time.
It's time. So we start with 1 scoop, a nice scoop and full one, of cream that, how you can see, is really fluffy in our container. Maybe 2 for this one.
But you are the one doing all these for Italy, for all the customers.
Well, luckily I have a team that does help me, otherwise it's going to be a bit too much.
I imagine.
But yes, we make a lot actually,
So
it's like a daily production.
Everything that is displayed, you make it here?
Yes, yes.
Ah.
It's made from scraps.
It's made from scratch.
Yeah, scratch. So these are lady fingers. They get deep and soaked pretty easily. So you don't want to keep too much inside the coffee, otherwise you are going to make the tiramisu too liquid. So you dip for like 1, 2 is the rules. Is the rule, only 1. And then we put inside. Then we put 1 extra. Then we take off the gloves. And we go again. 1 scoop, 2 scoop, and then we smooth it out.
Wow. Incredible. 2 seconds, you have created the masterpiece.
Then we put on some cocoa powder. We don't want to put too much, but just enough.
Wow.
And that's ready, that's it.
Hai fatto qualcosa che sembra semplicissimo. You did something that seems very simple, but is definitely not simple, and the quality seems incredible. But I think that we have to taste it.
I'm sure about it.
And when we are going to taste it, we are going to start probably watching the movie of La Vera Storia del Tiramisù, so you can understand the origin of this dessert that is famous all over the world, and for sure Italy is doing a recipe that is incredible. Thank you, Tiziana. We are going to offer this to everybody that is participating to ICFF, the festival, and I'm sharing this with the technical department, Antonio and Mert, so much, and Alexis. Thank you so much. This is yours. I'm getting that. You're having too much tiramisu, I think.
I am good, thank you.
Ciao, Mara. See you later. Enjoy the movie.
That was fantastic, Cristiano. Now it's time to thanks to all of you who have been participating with us in this special initiative called Icff Cucina and decided to celebrate with us the week of the Italian cuisine in the world. So we invite you now to watch these 2 splendid documentaries, the feature film A Fish Out of Water and the short film The True Story of Tiramisù. Enjoy this movie and enjoy your meal. Buon appetito!
Ricetta numero 314 di Pellegrino Artusi, le polpette, che come scrive Artusi, questo è un piatto che tutti sanno fare. Estremamente versatile quanto goloso, si rivela un'ottima soluzione per il riuso degli avanzi in cucina e contrastare lo spreco senza rinunciare ovviamente a una cucina fine e di buon gusto. Per ben figurare a tavola, come direbbe Artusi, abbiamo arricchito queste polpette con la mortadella Bologna IGP, regina della salumeria, conosciuta in tutto il mondo anche solo con il nome di Bologna. E con la fontina di OP, formaggio figlio delle montagne valdostane, messo a maturare per mesi in grotte naturali che gli conferiscono quel sapore unico e inconfondibile. Questo è solo un assaggio del patrimonio gastronomico italiano sapientemente raccontato da Pellegrino Artusi nella Scienza in Cucina e l'Arte di Mangiar Bene, e dell'esperienza del vivere all'italiana. Un modo di vivere all'insegna del buon gusto e della convivialità, in perfetta sintonia con le indicazioni della dieta mediterranea, patrimonio culturale immateriale dell'umanità UNESCO.